So guys, we are done with ratios and then proportions. Now this is unit 3. So your unit 3 is indices. Now see, first we'll explain the meaning of indices. Let us take an example of a raised to the power b. So here a raised to the power b, a is called base and b is called exponent. We call it as exponent, or we call it as power, or the other name is index. So a is base and b is called as exponent, power or index. So please note down this. So now in this particular chapter, we will be studying the laws of indices. Now, see the first law, guys. See, the first law is a power m into a to the power n. A power m into a to the power n can be written as a to the power m plus n. This is the first law of indices. The base should be same, and if you have multiplication sign, you need to add the exponents. So here the exponent is m and here the exponent is n. When the bases are same, you should add exponent. So it's a to the power m plus n. For example, 2 power 5 into 2 to the power 4. So now we are multiplying this, but then bases are same, correct? And when you have multiplication sign, what we will do? We need to add the exponents, correct? So add these two now, 5 plus 4, correct? So 2 to the power 5 plus 4, and that is equals to 2 to the power 9. I hope you are getting this. So this is the first laws of indices. Okay, so now let us go to the second law of indices. It's typing error, guys. This should be division sign. A power m divided by a to the power n. So in case of multiplication sign, we will add the exponents, right? A power m into a power n can be written as a to the power m plus n. We'll add the exponents when there is into sign, correct? Now what is the sign here? Division, right? If the sign is division, we need to subtract a to the power m minus n. So this plus n in the denominator, it becomes minus n. Got it? So these two laws are very important. Almost in each and every question, we use these rules. A power m into a to the power n. When there is into sign, we need to add the exponents. And when there is division sign, you need to subtract. This is second laws of indices. For example, 10 power 5 divided by 10 to the power 2. So this can be written as 10 to the power 5 minus 2. Because we got here division sign, right? So when there is division sign, we need to subtract the exponents. And when there is into sign, you need to add the exponents. I hope you're getting this. This is the second law. Now, third law of indices. A power m whole to the power n. a power m whole to the power n. So this can be written as a to the power mn. You can multiply the exponents when there are more than one exponent. A is the base. For base a, what is exponent? M. And then a power m is the base. For a power m, the base, the exponent is n. Correct? When there are more than one exponent, you just have to multiply all the exponents. So m into n is mn. Please note down along with me. Guys, respond. Do you have any doubts still here? Chat in me, guys, quickly. So shall I go to the next laws of indices? See, we are done with 3 so far. So next one is anything to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. It can be 10 to the power 0. 10 to the power 0 is 1. 100 to the power 0 is 1. 5 to the power 0 is 1. So please remember this. Anything to the power 0 is 1. 5 to the power 0 is 1. Whatever may be the base, but then base should not be equals to 0. So exponent, if exponent is 0, always the value will be 1. 2 to the power 0 is 1, 3 power 0 is 1, 10 to the power 0 is 1, 7 to the power 0 is 1. Please remember this, we are done with 4 so far. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So now next one. Next laws of indices. A to the power minus m. A to the power minus m can be written as 1 upon a to the power plus m. If exponent is negative, we can write like this 1 upon a to the power m. Earlier, a power minus m was in numerator, right? It was in numerator. So now if you send a power minus m to denominator, the sign will change. So if exponent is negative, we can do this. If we send this to denominator or numerator, then the sign will change. For example, 2 to the power minus 5. 2 to the power minus 5. So guys, please try this. 2 to the power minus 5. This can be written as 1 upon 2 to the power plus 5. 1 upon 3 to the power minus 4. So now this can be written as, see, now the exponent is negative, correct? Where it is negative? In the denominator, correct? Exponent is negative in the denominator. So now if you send this to numerator, you will get 3 to the power plus 4. The sign will change. All right, so please note down all this. Then, yeah, so these two properties are extremely important, guys. Please learn this properly. If the bases are same, for example, 2 power x equals 2 power 4. Observe the bases, guys. What is the base here? 2 power x. What is the base? 2. And here what is the exponent? X. Correct? And here the base is 2. And what is the exponent? 4. If the bases are same, even the exponents will be same. So here the value of x will be equals to 4. When the bases are same, even the exponents has to be same. And now next property, if the exponents are same, for example, x power a equals 2 power a. So here both the exponents are same, right? Here the exponent is a and even here the exponent is a. If exponents are same, the bases has to be same, right? So this implies x is equals to 2. Guys, next property. Cube root of x. See, cube root of x can be written as x to the power 1 by 3. This is called as third form, and this is called as index form. This is third form, and then this is called as index form. Now, fourth root of y. So tell me how to write this fourth root of y. Y to the power 1 divided by 4. Guys, square root of 5. So now square root of 5 is in third form. Express this in exponential form or index form. So root 5 can be written as 5 to the power 1 by 2 because this is square root, correct? So this can be written as 5 to the power 1 by 2. Okay, so these are the laws of indices. You have to remember all the properties. Better you practice once before I go to the questions. All right, so we shall go to the questions. Now please read the first question, guys. 4 into x to the power minus 1 by 4. Guys, exponent is negative. So exponent is negative, right? 4 into x to the power minus 1 by 4. So guys, exponent is negative. If exponent is negative, if we shift that to denominator, 4 into x to the power minus 1 by 4, I will shift this to denominator. So 4 divided by x to the power minus 1 by 4 becomes plus 1 by 4. Sir, how? A to the power minus m can be written as 1 upon a to the power m. If you send this to denominator, the exponent will change. Done. So the correct answer is option C. Guys, second question. The value of 8 to the power 1 by 3. 8 whole to the power 1 by 3. So guys, this 8 can be written as 2 power 3, correct? How? If you multiply 3 times 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 into 2 into 2 is 8, correct? So 8 can be written as 2 to the power 3. Got it? So 2 into 2 into 2, 3 times. Yes, Hemant, 4 will stay in the numerator. Yeah. So now 2 power 3 is equal to 8, correct? So instead of 8, I will write 2 power 3 whole to the power 1 by 3. So now We have studied this laws of indices, a power m whole to the power n. When there are two exponents, what you will do? You will multiply this, correct? So this can be written as a to the power m into n. You need to multiply this. So even here, there are two exponents, right? So 2 to the power 3 into 1 by 3. So multiply these two exponents, guys. So now 3 will get cancelled. So 3 will get cancelled. 2 power 1 is 2. 3 will get cancelled and 2 power 1 is 2. Done? Any doubts? All right. So I'll go to the next question. So question number 3, guys. The value of 2 into 32 whole to the power 1 by 5. 2 into 32 whole to the power 1 by 5. Guys, this 32 can be written as 2 to the power 5, correct? What do you mean by 2 to the power 5? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, correct? You should multiply 2 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do that, you will get 32, correct? So 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 2, 16, 16 into 2 is 32. So now 32 can be written as 2 to the power 5. So this is equals to 2 into 32, right? So instead of 32, I will write 2 to the power 5 whole to the power 1 by 5. So now here 5 and then 5 will get cancelled, correct? So 2 into 5 will get cancelled. That's 2 power 1. 2 power 1 is 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. Option C. Guys, question 4. The value of... Oh, we are done with question 4, right? Okay, I'm sorry. We are done with question 3. Okay, now question 4. See guys, question 4 is 4 divided by 32 whole to the power 1 by 5. So 4 upon 32. Again, 32 can be written as 2 to the power 5, correct? So 2 raised to the power 5 whole to the power 1 by 5. So here 5 and 5 will get cancelled. 5 and 5 will get cancelled. So 4 upon 2 power 1 is 2. So 4 by 2. Guys, how much is 4 by 2? 4 by 2 is 2. Option B. Respond. Are you getting this? Any doubts? Okay. For us, any doubts? Okay. So I'll go to the next question, guys. The value of 8 divided by 27 whole to the power 1 by 3. So 8 divided by 27 whole to the power 1 by 3. So guys, this 8 can be written as 2 to the power 3, correct? Whole upon 27 can be written as 3 to the power 3. Whole to the power 1 by 3. So now 2 power 3 divided by 3 power 3 can be written as 2 by 3 whole to the power 3 raised to the power 1 by 3. So now when there are more than one index, what you will do now? You will multiply that, correct? So 2 divided by 3 whole to the power 3 into 1 by 3. So 3 will get cancelled. 3 will get cancelled. So the answer will be 2 by 3. And guys, please note down, or please note this. I'm doing each and every step in detail. Okay. I'm showing all the calculations thoroughly and then properly. In exam, no need to solve like this. You can ignore the steps. You can skip some steps because all are MCQ based questions. Your working notes will not fetch you marks. So ultimately the correct answer is important. So here it's 2 by 3, correct? So you can solve this question in 1 or 2 steps. But now while writing in the classwork, better you write all the steps properly. And then while practicing, you try to skip some steps. Skip in the sense you have to do it directly. Question number 6. 2 into 256 whole to the power minus 1 by 8. So this can be written as 2 into 256. So guys, 256 can be written as 2 power 8 whole to the power minus 1 by 8. Cross check if you want. 2 to the power 8. What do you mean by 2 to the power 8? You should multiply 8 times. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 like that 8 times. If you multiply 8 times, you will get 256. So now here 8 and then 8 will get cancelled. So 2 into 2 to the power minus 1. So now 2 into, see this is 2 to the power minus 1. This is negative sign, correct? So now since it is negative, I will send this to denominator. So if I send this to denominator, I will get 2 to the power plus 1. The sign will change, correct? How? Like this. A to the power minus m can be written as 1 upon a to the power plus m. Correct? If you send this to denominator, the sign will change. So even here, 2 divided by 2 to the power minus 1 becomes plus 1. So now 2 divided by 2 is 1. Option A. Done. Please copy this. I will go to the next question, guys. Question number 7. 2 to the power 1 by 2 into 4 to the power 3 by 4 is equal to a fraction, a positive integer, a negative integer, none of these. Okay, let's try. So the question is 2 to the power 1 by 2 into 4 to the power 3 by 4. So 2 to the power 1 by 2 into, guys, this 4 can be written as 2 square, correct? So 2 square whole to the power 3 by 4. So here 2 to the power 1 by 2 into 2 to the power. So there are two exponents here. One is 2, other one is 3 by 4, correct? When there are two exponents, what you will do? You'll multiply, obviously, right? So 2 into 3 by 4. So this is equals to 2 to the power 1 by 2 into 2 to the power. So now guys, simplify this. 2 ones and then 2 twos are 4. Correct? So 2 to the power, what you will get now? 3 by 2. Then Now what is the sign here? Into. We know this property, right? A to the power m into a to the power n can be written as a to the power m plus n. When bases are same, while multiplying, we need to add the exponents. So here the bases are same, right? And what is the sign here? Into. When there is into sign, we will add the exponents. When there is division sign, we will subtract the exponents. Correct. So now 2 to the power, add the exponents guys. 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2. So now 2 to the power. Here the base is same, right? I mean the denominator is same, 2 and then 2. Therefore, the necessity of taking LCM will not arise. Since the denominator is same, I will add numerator directly. 1 plus 3 is 4. So this is equals to 2 to the power 4 by 2. So guys, how much is 4 by 2? It's 2, right? Therefore, 2 power 2 is 4. So 4 is a positive integer. Option B. 4 is positive integer. Option B. Guys, if you practice like twice or thrice, I'm sure you can solve this question maybe in 10 or 15 seconds. I'm taking more time because I'm showing each and every step in detail. So in classwork, write down properly, but in exam, while working out the question, you can skip few steps. You can do mind calculations. Okay, so I'll go to the next question, guys. So question number 8. Question number 8. 81 into x to the power 4 divided by y to the power minus 8 whole to the power 1 by 4. See, this can be written as, see, here it is 81, correct? So instead of 81, I will write 3 to the power 4 x to the power 4 divided by y to the power minus 8 whole to the power 1 by 4. Correct? So now guys, I will distribute this 1 by 4 to each and every term here. I will get 3 to the power 4 whole to the power 1 by 4. Then x to the power 4 whole to the power 1 by 4 divided by y to the power minus 8 whole to the power 1 by 4. Now, when there are more than one exponent, what you will do? You will multiply that, correct? So 3 to the power, multiply this guys, 4 into 1 by 4. So 4 and 4 will get cancelled. You'll get 3 to the power 1. So here also same, 4 and 4 will get cancelled. X to the power 1 divided by y to the power. So 4 ones and then 4 twos are 8, correct? So we will get y to the power minus 2. So now guys, this is negative. So send this to numerator guys. So 3 power 1 is 3, x power 1 is x, y to the power minus 2 becomes plus 2 in the numerator. Correct? Sir, how? We know the property, right? A to the power minus m can be written as 1 upon a to the power m. So if you send this to numerator, the sign will change. Plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus. So y power minus 2, it becomes y square. So the answer is 3xy square. Which is the correct option, guys? 3xy square. Do we have 3xy square? No. So none of these. For your reference sake, you write 3xy square. Guys, next question. X to the power a minus b into x to the power b minus c into x to the power c minus a. So guys, we know the first laws of indices, right? What is the first laws of indices? A power m into a to the power n. A power m into a to the power n can be written as a to the power m plus n. If the bases are same, we need to add the exponents. So since the bases are same here, x, 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 and the sign is into. If the sign is into, what we will do now? We will add the exponents. If the sign is division sign, what we will do? We will subtract. Correct? So now I will add this, guys. X to the power a minus b plus b minus c plus c minus a. Add all the exponents, guys. So plus a minus a will get cancelled, plus b minus b will get cancelled, plus c minus a will get cancelled. So we will get x to the power 0. Correct? Now, anything to the power 0. What is the value of anything to the power 0? 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. Okay, so now guys, remember this. Whenever, but this shortcut will apply only in case of indices. In entire chapter of indices, whenever the expression is in cyclic symmetry, you know what I mean by cyclic symmetry, right? For example, 1 by a plus 1 by b plus 1 by c. We say that a, b, c are in cyclic symmetrical because after a we have b, right? After b we got c. And even here, see guys, x to the power a minus b. There are three variables here. One is a, b, c. All a, b's are interchanging. So the first expression is x to the power a minus b. Now the second term is after a, what is the next variable here? B, correct? So I'll write b here. And after b, what is the next variable? C. So that's x to the power b minus c. And next variable, after b, we got c, right? And then after c, is there a d here? No. Again, they wrote a, correct? So a, b, c are revolving, right? A became b and then b became c and then c became a. So this is called a cyclic symmetry, guys. So whenever in this chapter, if you find questions in cyclic symmetry, always the value will be 1. For example, I'll go to question number 23. Yeah. So observe this, guys. This is in cyclic symmetry. First expression is x power L upon x to the power m whole to the power L square plus Lm plus m square. Next. So here the two variables are only L, M and then other one is N. There are three variables here, L, M, N. Now see, after L, we should write M. After M, it should be N. After N, again, it should be L. Then we say that the expression is in cyclic symmetry. See, after L, which is the next variable here, M, correct. Observe the second expression, that's x to the power M upon, here the denominator is M. So x to the power N. After M, the next variable is N, correct? See, x power M upon x power N. Again, observe the exponent here. It is matching, guys. So this expression is in cyclic symmetry. So if the expression is in cyclic symmetry, what will be the answer, guys? 1. No need to solve it. This is the shortcut method. So I will go to question number 26. Yeah. So observe this question number 26. Check whether it is in cyclic symmetry or not. Yes. The three variables are A, B, C. It is revolving. After A it's B, after B it's C. Again C became A, correct? So again this is in cyclic symmetry. The value will be, the answer will be 1. Then question number 29. See, when question number 29, it is cyclic symmetry. Again the answer will be 1. Okay, so I will stop here. In the next class, we will continue with the remaining questions. And remember, you have to solve all the questions which are given in ICAI material. Okay, this is extremely important. I have seen few students who will, they will work out all other questions which are given in other textbooks, but not the questions which are given in ICAI. Always give importance to ICAI materials. Once you are done with ICAI materials, then it's your wish. Go to private authors. But till then, don't go to private author books. If we solve ICAI materials, that is more than sufficient. So I am solving all the questions from ICAI materials, all the questions, including additional question bank, which is given in ICAI. So this is extremely important for you guys. I don't have my own study material, but I'll solve all the questions from ICAI books only. Well, so work out this. That's all for the day. Bye-bye.